So you're thinking about going solar. That's awesome, but there's always that one huge question that hangs over everything, right? How many panels do I actually need? Because if you get that wrong, you either don't have enough power or you've spent way too much money. Well, today we're going to show you the real way to get the right answer.
You've probably seen those super simple online calculators that give you an answer in like 5 seconds. Yeah, we're going to forget all about those. We're going to walk through the step-by-step method the pros use, so by the end of this, you'll have a number you can actually count on.
Here's the thing. That common guess method, it's like planning a road trip but not checking for traffic, road closures, or even the weather. It completely ignores reality. The real method, the one we're about to use, factors in all the real-world stuff like system inefficiencies and safety to make sure your setup is powerful and, more importantly, safe.
Okay, let's dive in. Step 1. It all starts with one fundamental question. How much power does your home actually use? I mean, before we can even talk about making electricity, we got to get a handle on your home's energy appetite.
And you know what? This is actually pretty straightforward. You just make a list of your main appliances. You can usually find the wattage on a little sticker on the back. Then just estimate how many hours a day it runs. Your fridge, for example, isn't on 24/7. It cycles on and off, so maybe it's running for a total of 8 hours. Your TV might be on for 4. You just multiply the watts by the hours, and that's your daily number for that one device.
So you just do that for everything that uses a decent amount of power, add all those watt-hour numbers together, and boom! That's your grand total. That's your daily energy target. This number is the foundation for everything else we're about to do.
All right, so we have our target. Now let's talk about the solar panels themselves. And here's a piece of information that is absolutely critical. A 400-watt solar panel does not make 400 watts of power. Not in the real world anyway. That's a perfect conditions lab testing number. We need to figure out what it really produces.
And this brings us to the secret ingredient that almost every simple calculator leaves out: system efficiency. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a leaky pipe. Just because you put 100 gallons of water in one end doesn't mean you get 100 gallons out the other. Electricity is the same way. Every single component, every wire, it all causes a little bit of power loss.
So, just how leaky is that pipe? Well, it's pretty significant. A typical residential solar system is really only about 75 to 85% efficient. Think about that. That means up to a quarter of all the energy your panels create can just vanish into thin air before it even gets to your TV. This is a massive deal, and you have to account for it.
So where's all this power going? Well, there are a few culprits. Your inverter, that's the box that changes the DC panel power into the AC power your house uses, it takes a small cut. Your wires lose a little energy just as heat. And get this, solar panels actually work less efficiently when they get really hot. Crazy, right? And even a tiny bit of shade from a tree branch can seriously tank your output. All these little things add up.
Okay, you ready for the real formula? This is how you find out what a panel will actually produce in a day. You take its rated wattage, let's say 400 watts, you multiply that by the number of peak sun hours for your town, you can just Google that, and then here's the key, you multiply times that by your system efficiency. We'll just use 0.80 for an 80% efficient system. The number you get is the real actual watt hours you can expect from that one panel.
All right, we've officially done all the heavy lifting. We know how much power we need every day, and now we know how much power a single panel can realistically give us. Now, it's time for the easy part, putting those two numbers together.
So first, we've got our big number from step 1. This is your home's total daily energy need in watt hours. This is the goal line we need to cross.
And on the other side, we've got our workhorse from step 2, the actual, realistic, D-rated energy output we can get from one single solar panel where you live.
And the grand finale calculation is incredibly simple. You justify your total daily need by the output of one panel. That's it. That's the whole secret.
And whatever that number is, that's your answer. Now, if the calculator says 14.2 panels, you don't install 14. You always round up, so you'd install 15. It is so much better to have a little bit of extra power for a cloudy day than to be just a little bit short.
But wait, don't run out and order your panels just yet. We are not quite done. Knowing how many panels you need is only the first part of the puzzle. Now we have to talk about building a complete system that's actually safe and reliable.
Okay, this is really important. Solar panels make DC power, and it's a different beast than the AC power in your walls. If a DC wire creates a spark, an arc, it doesn't want to go out. It's like a tiny sustained lightning bolt, and it is a massive fire hazard.
That's exactly why safety gear like special fuses and circuit breakers aren't just a suggestion. They are absolutely essential.
And remember, the panels don't work alone. Your inverter has to be sized to handle all your stuff running at once, your batteries have to be big enough to get you through the night, even your wires have to be the right thickness so they don't overheat. Every single piece has to be sized correctly to work together as a team. And this all leads to probably the single most important thing I'll say in this entire explainer. Use this knowledge. Use it to be a smart planner, to ask good questions, to understand what you need. But when it comes time to actually install this stuff, please leave it to the professionals. DC electrical work is no joke. Always, always hire a qualified, certified installer. Okay, I know that was a ton of information, but you did it. You now have a solid blueprint for figuring out your system the right way. Let's just quickly recap those key takeaways so they really stick.
So, remember the path. First, you calculate exactly what you need. Second, you account for those real-world system losses. That 75 to 85% rule is your best friend. Third, make sure you're using the sun hours for your specific location. And finally, the #1 rule, never, ever, ever cut corners on safety.
So there you have it. You now have the tools to go way beyond a simple guess and actually plan your solar journey with confidence. The question is no longer just how many panels. It's about building a system that's smart, safe, and made to last. Thanks for watching.